Hey everybody, Dr. Dianne, your Libido Doc here, talking about all things pelvic floor health this month. And one of the things I want to talk about is pelvic floor health, IUDs, and some of potential problems with them. Now, as women, birth control, I feel like there's not a perfect solution, right? So we do the best we can. And frankly, it's really a pro and con scenario. I'm going to tell you my own personal story is that after 17 years of a copper IUD, I had multiple of them. I had 2 of them over the course of 17 years, basically pulled one out when it was expired, right? And then replaced it. And I got it out because I started having a lot of pelvic pain and I was really concerned about the IUD as actually a cause of it. So my own personal experience has been that for me, it was a very amazing form of birth control for many years. And then one day it stopped working. It stopped working as far as being comfortable and it caused a lot of pain and I was done. And that was a couple months ago. And so what I'm now doing to heal is a few different things. One, I'm doing some of the pelvic floor exercises and the Kegel training things that I explained to you in last video. 2, I am working with a rolfer, and this rolfer is actually going deep into some of the tissue of my pelvic floor to help me release it. 3, I am using the Crescendo Vibrator. This particular sex toy has been shown that if you use it 3 times a week for 12 weeks, so 3 times a week for 12 weeks, it is a 5 times reduction of pelvic pain. So what I'm doing with that is I'm actually inserting it intravaginally, and then I'm holding it with vibratory sense that's comfortable at various areas of my tissue intravaginally. And I think what's happening there is it's actually helping with some of those muscular adhesions. So that can be a really helpful thing as well. Another thing that you really want to consider with this, I haven't done this one, but it's on my mind because I do know it can be an effective strategy, is working with a pelvic floor therapist who actually is doing internal release. Because we hold so much tension in our yonis and our vaginas and all of this tissue that makes up the female anatomy, right? And so with a pelvic floor therapist that is doing internal work, they will actually go and think about this. We have muscles all over our body. So we do this in our mouth. Certain therapists, for example, will do with TMJ, will do internal release techniques for the mouth that actually are very painful, but can provide so much relief by allowing the structure of those muscles to work better. So that's something else to consider. That's something I will be considering if my current way of releasing the pelvic floor and supporting this is not working, and if it doesn't work. But so far, what I can tell you after doing this work after a couple months, it's dramatic, the reduction I've had in pelvic pain. I feel like almost fully like myself again using the techniques I'm describing in this video. So this month is pelvic floor month. You guys have asked me, several people have reached out, quite a few people have reached out asking me to talk more about pelvic floor and pain and pelvic floor health. It's why we're doing a masterclass on it this month. But I get it, and I wanted to do this month because you guys had asked about it, but it's also near and dear to my heart. And I was experiencing things that are already, just after 2 months of doing this work, are improving. Pain with sex, like it was getting very, very, very uncomfortable, and I was finding myself wincing at even just the thought of having sex because of the pelvic floor pain I was experiencing, and that's already changed. That part's already completely reversed. I still have some work to do internally that I'm doing, but these are some of the methodologies that I'm doing it with. So I'm going to put a link to the Crescendo 2, which is the sexual massager that's had that research done on it. So inserting it, holding at different points of your internal tissue, using different vibrations. Remember, it's a silicone-based toy, so you never want to use silicone lube with it. You use a water-based lube, works a lot better. And I would encourage you, if you're using a sexual massager, especially with pelvic pain, but regardless, to use a lube, because that will help with that gliding, that will help prevent any sort of tissue irritation. And that can also be, of course, helpful with reducing pelvic pain. So please leave any comments or questions. Please sign up for my masterclass. I would love, love, love to have you. This is Dr. Dianne, your Libido Doc. I'll see you in another video.